Um, he would spend his entire summer in summer camp. And I'm talking like 8 or 9 weeks, if not more, straight in summer camps. Like, he would never get to come home. So he just got sick of it, and I don't blame him one bit for it. Then, of course, he felt he was rich. He had, you know, had rich kid problems. And he fell into the wrong crowd. And it was always funny, because like, his mom always thought I was going to be the one that was going to end up becoming, like, you know, the sociopath, druggie, because I was the one that, you know, I enjoyed playing violent video games. I played all sorts of... I played violent video games. I watched TV. You know, she was like the person that it was 1 hour of video games a day. God damn it. Maybe like an hour of video games at home. I mean, it was bad. I ended up seeing her. Oh, I did it again. I saw her and PJ's dad like a few years ago, and this is when I was a supervisor at Shopko. And I was talking to him, and I didn't mention that I had known about PJ and his drug abuse. And they just were like, you turned out, like, Paul made the comment, he was like, you turned out to be a really good guy, like, you really matured into an adult, and his mom said nothing to me. Fuck. No, she was horrible. She's the reason why I don't want to go camping anymore. Because, like, we went out camping one time. I mean, the stories I could tell you about this bitch. We went out camping one year. Montana is notorious for, like, its mornings are very, very, very cold. Especially when you go to, like, Yellowstone and you know, more westernish Montana. It's a cold time. It's not fun. Alright, let's not blow any more red fish into this guy's mouth. How's that sound? But it also rains a lot, so, like, you get a lot of this, like, torrid tropical storm rain. It's mind-boggling. It'll go all night long. Well, she thought she was this wonderful camper, and we would go out camping all the time when, you know, I was younger. Well, we go out, and we had this little, like, Toy Story type tent, you know, like the really shitty kid ones. Well, I decide, you know, it's time to go to bed. Well, it starts raining. Well, my mom and then his parents were all sharing a tent, like a big, like a huge, like an 8-person tent. And it was raining so hard that we had literally a fucking river going through our tent. It was the worst thing, okay? Well, she didn't, like, so we wake up and we're like, we need to come in the tent. We are soaked to the bone. We are cold. We are miserable. Please let us in. She opens up the tent, stop whining, and just shuts the tent again. And the next morning, my mom found out, and she was not pleased. I told her, I'm like, yeah, no, we were freezing our asses off. And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, we tried to get in, and Peg wouldn't let us in. And it was a bad time. It was a really bad time. This is an easy puzzle.
If you jump on these stones...
Let's star. This one maybe?
If you jump on these stones...
Shush, I get... That's supposed to be like this. No.
If you jump on these...
Dude, I got you. So that's a hexagon? Oh, it's over here. Got you now. I got you, fam. Yeah, she was not a nice lady. Like, and I remember one time, like, I'm a piggy eater, and my piggy eating comes from just, I don't do textures. Like, textures are just something I'm not a big fan of, so, like, when something like, you know, I don't know, the best example, I guess, is like mashed potatoes. I don't do mashed potatoes. The texture of them is like, I'm like, eh. I spent like 45 minutes because I was like, I can't fucking do this. I literally, like, my body is not allowing me to swallow this. It was a fucking ravioli that her husband had cooked so goddamn terribly. Like, it was literally like eating a goddamn piece of jerky. It was horrible. And I was like, I'm literally dying here. 45 fucking minutes I chewed on that piece of shit. I could not put it down. And of course, I was the good kid. I didn't want to just spit it out and be like, I ate it, see, yeah. And finally, she's like, just fucking spit it out. I was like, you're such a bitch. Like, looking back on it, if I'd have been older, I would have told her some things. But yeah, no, she was all in all just, she was a crack, I can't think of the damn word. She's a piece of work, let's put it that way. But I just thought it was funny when she'd always rip on me when I was a kid for what I did and kind of who I was. Because I was the nerdy kid, and you could start to see that, you know, my friend had started to kind of pick up on the same notion of, like, I'm better because I have money type of thing, you know. And that's how, honestly, she really felt in the long run. But after a while, I got to the point where I just didn't even want to go over there. Like, they had this really nice house on the hill, and the hill in my town is basically the rich people area. It's like where all the mansions and the, you know, $400,000 homes are. It's pretty bad. If you live on the hill, you basically, like, it shows that you have some sort of money, or did have some sort of money at one time. If that makes any sense. I feel you. Dude, that's terrible. I'm sorry. I would never wish this person upon anyone, especially, like, having to be, like, a family member. That is... Ugh, shudder. I just don't get where they get off. It's like, you're not better than me just because you think you are. Like, get out of here. Nothing I can do about it. I've got literally the most random ass song stuck in my head. Have you ever watched the show Scrubs? Because if you have, I've got the opening to one of the seasons. Shh. Shh. I don't care. Do not understand my it's backwards. Hi, Nightbot. That took you longer than expected. Must have finally figured out that I have 2 people watching me instead of just 1. Yeah, no, she was a piece of work. That woman. I don't know. I could tell you stories that would just. Oh, she was so horrible. I just could, I don't know, I never could believe that someone could be like that until I met her. And then, like I said, it was quite ironic later on when her child ends up becoming, like, literally a meth head. And she's, like, the head of the anti-drug campaign in Montana. I believe she was actually one of the ones that helped design the Montana Meth Project. Totally whatever you want. Meat is the devil. Oh my god. He's one of them. That's pretty bad, dude. The devil animal killer. Oh my god. I get it. If you want to be like, I don't know. I feel very strongly with people that push their views on others. Like, I had a friend who was vegan, and it was the coolest thing ever. She was so nice. She was actually a model. I worked with this model for probably about, I want to say, like, a total of a year, but, like, the big time we spent together was probably about, oh god, probably a total of about 6 months. Like, a total of a year. Basically did everything about 6 months. And she was vegan, and like I took her out to dinner a bunch of times, and we hung out, and it was a really good time. Like, you know what's funny is depression sucks, and I have it. But remember those were some happy times when her and I hung out. Like we go out to like Chinese restaurants, and yeah, exactly. That's ridiculous. I would have just been like, you know what, bitch, I'll fucking make it myself. Sorry, rat. But you know, it was interesting. Like she told me, we go out to dinner. We're like, maybe it was dinner. Yeah, I invited her out to dinner, and we're in this really quaint little in this little quaint Chinese restaurant. It closed down recently, which is really sad because they were really good. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna get this. What are you getting? And she's like, well, I'm vegan. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, I would have had no idea. And she's like, yeah, no, I'm not one of those. And her and I got a good giggle out of that for about 3 hours. Dude, depression is a terrible thing. Like, my father has OCD and Tourette syndrome. I know I have OCD and I have depression as well, and it is not a fun time. Must destroy all windmills. But yeah, no, I was actually diagnosed with depression. Oh god, it must have been a while now. It was a while ago. I was actually on antidepressants, but those, I don't know, man. Wasn't having good luck on the good old antidepressants. They're making me feel worse. Like, you're making me feel like a zombie, I guess that's the best way to put it. Streaming is a really good way, in my opinion. Like, at least for me, I kind of do what I want to do, and then I get to hang out with some cool people, too. Like, I get to meet people that are all the way around the world. Would you stop with that? Just don't you even think about it. Like, I get to meet people that live halfway across the world, and it's like, I tell stories, and it's like, oh yeah, I feel you. I know that. Like, I have a story similar. It's like, that's really cool. It kind of takes away, like, the you're alone factor. But, like, between photography and streaming, I've really kind of gotten to... Dude, that is unfortunate. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you were diagnosed with, like, PTSD that early. One of my other viewers has PTSD too, and I don't remember what it was from. The lifeguard. Did you get out of here? There's a girl I worked with. She was adorable. She was probably like 4'8", I swear. And she was just like the sweetest person. Her and I chatted like once or twice, and she... Like, we never really, like, fully talked, you know? And, like, I kind of had a thing for her, but I was kind of dating the model girl at the time. And I ended up later on, she ended up quitting. And, like, a few months later... Yeah, no, it's... But a few months later, she ends up, I ended up getting told by one of my coworkers that was like, yeah, no, she was super into you. I'm like, well, why didn't she ever, like, talk to me, like, at all? Like, I talked to her, like, twice, maybe, the entire time she worked here. Like, she's like, she has extreme social anxiety. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, well, it wouldn't have even mattered if I said anything. She would never have opened up to me anyway. I mean, it was bad, like, because we had an intercom system. Alright, Tom Kenny, calm down. We had, like, an intercom system, and you'd have to call over and be like, you know, electronics, please call 102, electronics 102, thank you. And you'd have to do that, like, 3 or 4 times a night. Well, she could never do that. She'd always have to have someone else do it for her, and I never understood that. Like, I was like, why is everyone else doing it? Like, WTF, mate. And then, like, once I heard that, it was like, okay, that makes complete and total sense. No judging anymore. It's not like it was like, oh my god, you're terrible. But I mean, it was